Greetings, gaming knights. This is Luis Velez, aka Jedi Force 317, and welcome to the inaugural episode in what can hopefully be a long-standing series where we chat about certain games and the joy and wonder they brought, as well as what we can expect in the future. Today, we will be chatting about the wonderful world of Kingdom Hearts. Now, what is Kingdom Hearts? Well, as most of you may know, Kingdom Hearts is a collaboration between Square Enix and Disney by director Tetsuya Nomura. Now, what could have possibly made this genre so popular, this series so popular? It's Final Fantasy plus Disney. What else do you need to know about this series? It's that. Well, yeah, if you count the other games, which you obviously have to count the other games, but if you play even further, you'll find out that it's just more than meets the eye. But to a newcomer, it's just Final Fantasy with Disney, and that just drew people in. People like myself, who were absolute fanatics of Disney. Now, for me personally, Kingdom Hearts really holds a special place in my heart. My first game was obviously Kingdom Hearts 1 back in 2002. I believe I was in third grade or second grade at the time. I think I probably remember playing it early or late second grade when it came out. I was 8 years old, and I didn't play the whole game fully because I was still stuck with my N64 playing GoldenEye with George Mask all day, every day. But my dad was the one that had the PS2 in the living room, and I had my N64. But when I saw the game, when I saw my dad play it, and I saw how it was just crazy, like it was Disney characters, and then like random characters I'd never seen before. I thought they were brand new characters. Because fun fact, I never played any Final Fantasy game prior to Kingdom Hearts, so I had no idea who any of these people were, aside from the Disney characters. So I assumed they were all just either all of them were from Final Fantasy or something, or all of them were completely original. And I even thought Sora was a Final Fantasy character at first, because this is 8-year-old me. I don't know much about games, aside from just playing the same two over and over again, even though I had many more. But anyway, I remember, what I really remember was beating Sephiroth over and over again. I just called him, like, the guy with a really long sword. I just called him that. So get your minds out of the gutter if you're ever thinking about something else. But I just was intent on fighting him over and over and over again because I liked this music. Like it was, for some weird reason, I really liked the style of his music, and I didn't know he was a Final Fantasy character. I thought he was just some random crazy dude that was created for Kingdom Hearts only. This was ignorant me, so don't hate me for this. But eventually I understood what Final Fantasy was and realized he was from 7, and half the cast there was from 7 and 8 and 10. And I did remember seeing my dad play Final Fantasy 10. But I didn't know it was a Final Fantasy game until, much later. I thought it was just some random thing. But I did remember seeing Tidus in Kingdom Hearts when I got older, and I'm like, oh, so he was from Final Fantasy. Oh, so Sephiroth is Final Fantasy 2, and so is Cloud. Why does Cloud look weird in Kingdom Hearts and look awesome in 7? I don't know. But, and also, at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, spoiler alert, if you've never really seen Kingdom Hearts or played the game, the end, after you beat Ansem and they have to close the door to Kingdom Hearts, you see Mickey Mouse appear. Just that silhouette alone of Mickey Mouse and him talking, it really made me shed a tear. Like I was pretty much tearing up that moment. Reason being is that I was a huge fan of Disney. I go to Disney World like every other month, and I would say I've idolized Mickey Mouse, but I loved him. Like he was one of my favorite cartoon characters ever, and seeing him as the hero and the force of light that I've seen him to be, or like they call him like a force of light since he's the king. But seeing him as a hero, in a video game, like I've never seen something like that before, and I'm like, so he really is a hero, you know, me as a child, but him as a hero in a video game, like solidified that statement for me, and that's why I grown to love it. And it was not long after that, back in 2005, after I played like the living crap out of Kingdom Hearts 1 over and over again. In 2005, my dad told me, "Oh, I pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 2." This is when I wasn't really like looking so much into video games, but he said, "Oh, I pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 2," and I'm like, "There's more? Wait, what?" And then I realized, like, oh wait, at the end of that, of course there has to be more. There has to be something else, and so began my wait for Kingdom Hearts 2, and like its inevitable delays. Like there, for some reason, I don't know if it was a massive delay, but like it was supposed to come out mid-March, and then it got pushed back like 2 weeks to late March or something like that. I don't remember the full details, but I remember in 6th grade we were always talking about we were waiting for Kingdom Hearts 2, and a friend of mine, she was like enamored with it. She played Chain of Memories before I did, so like I remembered earlier she had like the guidebook of Chain of Memories, always bringing it to class, and I'm like reading the book, and I see they have to fight Riku 4 times, and I'm like, why you have to fight Riku 4 times for? It's ridiculous. And then I saw the card battle system, and I'm like, why are there cards in my Kingdom Hearts? No way. So yeah, that was a very interesting thing. But then I played Kingdom Hearts 2, and you see Roxas, and I'm like, who the hell is this kid? I don't know who this kid is. He is not Sora. Bring me my Sora. And it was interesting. And then like I heard the story. I found out the story between Sora and Roxas, and what the relationship was, and I'm like, oh, okay, a nobody, you say. So, and also speaking of nobodies, I consider them to be the most fascinating characters or one of the most fascinating characters or groups of characters I've ever seen in a video game. I love the organization. They are easily like one of the top villains I've ever encountered. They all have their unique personality. Hint, hint. Unique personality. Hint, hint. I'm only gonna do that once. And even with guys with they always say, oh, they don't have hearts, but they have their own personality. Hint, hint. But those guys were just incredible. Like my favorite one, my favorite organization member. It would have to be, it would have to be Marluxia. Mainly because here's the thing. I play KH2. In KH2 alone, my favorite was Xigbar. I love Xigbar. Xigbar was hilarious. And then when I played Chain of Memories after Kingdom Hearts 2, because I wanted to know how Sora got into the pod of sleep, like that sleeping pod, what happened with his memories, and who the hell are these people? Why are they Organization 13 when we only see like 6 or 7 of them? What happened to the others 6 or 7? So I played Chain back in 2008 or something. I bought Chain of Memories for the Game Boy Advance. At first the card battle system was kind of iffy for me, and but I inevitably enjoyed it. Hardest fight, Marluxia, obviously. First fight of Marluxia was a pain in the ass, and but that's not why I like Marluxia. I started liking Marluxia when Chain of Memories came out on the PlayStation 2. They re-released it, and like I saw how truly sinister he can be. But also, I freaking loved his design with the scythe. Like, who cares? Call him if you say what you will. Pink hair, flowers as his power. Who cares? He has a freaking scythe. He can he's the embodiment of the personification of death. He's the Reaper, and his fight in Chain of Memories. Oh gosh, it was so good. Like really, really, really good. And it was a lot of fun. The music was fantastic. And yeah, that's my organization member. But still, like Kingdom Hearts 2 brought like the organization members and brought more story to what could have been a standalone game with just Kingdom Hearts 1. If it didn't end with that bittersweet ending, it could have been just a standalone game. And then when they made a whole series out of it, and like I realized they were making like the series out of it, I was ecstatic. I was really happy. And then here comes the story, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? What's a nobody? What's the difference between a nobody and a Heartless? Who's this guy called Xehanort, and why are there like 3 of them? Like, there's the Xehanort that you know that you find out in Kingdom Hearts 2. There's a Xehanort you find out in Kingdom Hearts in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, and then there's Young Xehanort, which you find out in freaking 3D. Why are there 3 of them? So I was like, I was really happy, and the story, as confusing as it is, luckily I managed to get a grasp on it and understand like 90% of the story. So overall, Kingdom Hearts really has a very special place in my heart. It's easily one of my most favorite series, video game series, next to Legend of Zelda and Metal Gear Solid, and it's really a wonderful, wonderful series. If you haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, for some weird reason, I'm not going to joke like that, but if you haven't been able to play it, just try and see if you have a PS3, get 1.5 Remix. It's probably the best way you can play it right now. Or if you have a PS2, try and see if you can find it, because I believe it's a series definitely worth trying. Even if you're not going to like it, at least you gave it a try. Because I can understand where people might say, like, oh, it's alright, it's nothing to grovel over, you know, like everyone's going nuts about it. But it can be, at least you tried. At least you gave it a shot and saw what it's all about. And if you managed to enjoy it, congratulations. There are like 4 other games you gotta play. There are 5 other games you gotta play to get the story, because the story's not over. But it's really good. I recommend it, and it's really incredible how an unlikely partnership between Disney and Final Fantasy has created something so wonderful, so magical, as you can say, and it's really it's really impacted on my gaming life, like what I expect games to be, how it's these games are fun, like they're a lot of fun and very childlike, a childlike wonder, and it's incredible how all of this started with a boy and his key.